to the newest edition of TNInews with your host, JC. Hey everybody, JC here, and welcome to a Wednesday edition of TNInews, the live edition. So we're back at it, and believe it or not, we've got a lot of news to cover since I last talked to you guys on Monday. You can tell we're starting to kind of get close to San Diego Comic-Con because the news is definitely picking up. But let's real quick, hold on one second. All right, so let's jump into some news. Actually, let's do a quick roll call. Let's just see who is in the house. So I see Zim is in the house. What is up, Mr. Allmine? Mr. Allmine is always there. So thanks for tuning in today. Rashid is in the house. What is up? Good afternoon to you. My good friend Quinn's Comics, greetings. Hope all is well with you and your store. Cryo Boy 3.0, welcome from Scotland. So nice. WWE's coming your way this weekend. I don't know if you're a wrestling fan, but Judge Dreads is in the house. What is up? John is in the house. What's up? Happy Butters Blast. What is up with I love the avatar with the cats there. So looks like we got a decent crowd here. So, and like I say, we've got a lot of news to go over. So Star Wars, some G.I. Joe, Marvel, Transformers. So like I said, we got a lot. So let's just delve into the Transformer stuff real quick. So for you Lego fans, we've got a new Lego set coming based on Bumblebee. So kind of his G1 look. I guess that's supposed to be a Volkswagen. Doesn't look 100% like G1 Bumblebee, but pretty close. So again, if you're into Legos, this is coming to a Lego aisle near you or Lego store. I don't know where you buy your Legos from these days. Legos are one of the few things that I generally see regularly stocked at stores like Target and Walmart around here. And then of course, if you still have an active mall around you, you may have a Lego store there. Again, this one is coming your way for you Transformer fans. I don't know. It has 950 pieces. Looks like it's going to cost about $90. One of the things about Legos is they generally are not cheap, and this is supposed to be out on July 1st. So, again, if you're into Transformers and Legos, you might want to mark your calendar for that one. Another recent reveal here. So I don't know how the hell these are being called GoBots, but they are by Hasbro. They are essentially just repaints of G1 characters that we've previously gotten, Warpath, Cosmos, and Gears, but now we've got these repainted colors. So I don't know if these are, again, obviously these are G1 characters, but I don't know if these are supposed to be based on actual GoBot characters, like the colors and stuff. They don't, nothing I remember for GoBots that stands out here, but we've got Pathfinder, which is the Cosmo repaint, Treads, which is the Warpath repaint, and then Smallfoot, which is the Gears repaint. So this is going to be a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive, this set. It's being sold as a set, and this is being sold as a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive that's going to be going up for pre-order tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So if you want to get your hands on this one, again, Big Bad Toy Store will be the place to go. And if you want better looks at all these, head over to tformers.com. That is our Transformer website. So this week we also got some new official images for the uh, Transformer Legacy, I should say, Quake and Target. So this is from the Transformer United line. Not, I don't really remember this guy, so forgive me for not being totally up on this character, but again, our first look at this one. And then also we got, let's see, there was another one we had official images. Yeah, the Slipstream. Also, we're getting official images for this week. And I want to say these are repaints. They look like repaints to me. I won't swear to it, but they look like repaints to me. So, and I believe these are going up for pre-order. I think tomorrow. Let me double check. Yeah, tomorrow. More pre-order. These are not exclusive, so these will be available pretty much everywhere, including like Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. But again, tomorrow, Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, both those Transformers will be going up for pre-order. So I believe that's pretty much what I have. I wanted to share with you guys today for in Transformer news. I mean, there's a lot more news out there, but I'm not going to go over everything here. So if you want to read up on all your Transformer stuff, head over to tformers.com. All right, let's jump over to Marvel. So nothing really new on the Marvel Legend front for you. We talked about in pretty detail on Monday about the new Man-Thing from the MCU Werewolf by Night series. So this will also be going up for pre-order at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. A fan channel release. So Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Hasbro Pulse, of course. I've not heard anything about whether or not Amazon will have this one or not, so I'm not sure if this will be up on Amazon. But $40 on this one is pretty much just a repaint of the Build-A-Figure Man thing with a different head sculpt. So again, I had out the original one on Monday. So if you missed Monday's live stream and you didn't rewatch it, if you want more details on this one, go check that video out. But again, pre-order is tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Now, in other Marvel news from other companies, we have a look at the Deadpool Wolverine movie Wolverine figure from Hot Toys. So I previously mentioned how Hot Toys was teasing this. There will be a Deadpool figure coming as well, but we've now got the official images for the Wolverine figure. This is a 12-inch figure, like always from Hot Toys. Cost of this one, this is available for pre-order now at our sponsor Big Bad Toy Store. There's a regular version and there's a deluxe version. The regular version is about $295, or we'll just round up to $300, and the deluxe version is just over $350. Now, if you're going to spend this kind of money on an action figure, I'd go with the Gusto and get the deluxe version, because that's going to give you the masked head and some other cool additions that you don't get with the regular version. So, just my recommendation: if you've got the money to spend on a figure like this, go with the deluxe one, not the cheaper regular version. I will tell you, this Hugh Jackman head, if based on what we're seeing here in these images, Hot Toys has done a pretty good job here. Sometimes it's hit or miss with head sculpts, based on the real live actors from Hot Toys. Like I saw some blogger photos for their recent Star Wars Episode 2 Anakin Skywalker, and oh man, that head sculpt did not look too good. But on this Hugh Jackman one, it looks pretty good. I mean, you'd almost think that was Hugh Jackman, not a head sculpt of Hugh Jackman there. So I think they've done a fantastic job. I want to get to the main image that shows. So regular version, the deluxe version has the extra. Let's see, that is the rolling eyeballs. Yeah, I don't know. how big a deal that is to people. But you got the ability, in the movie we see him both with the sleeves, and then later I guess he tears the sleeves off. So you can go with the sleeved or sleeveless version. If you get the deluxe figure, you get some battle damage armor parts for the costume. As the movie goes along, it looks like the costume definitely takes some wear and tear. And then the main thing why we get the deluxe version is you get the masked head. The unmasked head looks good, but I think if I was getting this figure, and I don't really collect Hot Toys, so I probably will not get this figure. But if I were, I'd probably display it with the mask on, at least for a while. You also get some detachable claws. So, and then with the regular version, you get the figure stand, multiple pairs of hands, and the unmasked head. So, but like I say, both versions are available for pre-order now at Big Bad Toy Store. I think Sideshow has it available for pre-order there as well. So, um, now we just have to wait and see. Hasbro is yet to reveal their Deadpool figures from this movie. They've said they're coming. I mean, we've seen listings for them as well, but I remember Ryan Ting at a panel said, I know you guys are waiting to see our Deadpool Wolverine figures, and so are we, meaning they didn't have them ready yet. So, and he hadn't actually seen them yet. So, but he did indicate that they were coming. So at least Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't, we know a Deadpool wave is coming based on leaked listings, but I don't know if it's like, I'm thinking it's probably going to be a mixed wave of comic and movie. So I don't know how many movie figures will be in the wave, but I'm sure we will get at least Deadpool and Wolverine. But when Hasbro decides to actually reveal those things, I do not know. They might wait until San Diego Comic-Con. Though that would be pretty late in the game to reveal it because the movie comes out July 26th. So it basically comes out the weekend. The movie comes out the weekend of San Diego Comic Con. So if you're going to San Diego Comic Con and you want to see the movie on its opening weekend, you're probably going to have to find a theater there in San Diego to go see it at, unless Comic Con does like a screening or something for it. Which sometimes they do, but even if they do, I don't know how easy it would be to get into it. But I doubt Hasbro would wait that long to show their figures off. So, but again, I don't know when they will, so we'll have to wait and see. But that's really all I have for you on the Marvel front for today. Now, I do have quite a. There's yesterday there was a huge dump of Star Wars reveals from Hasbro for Black Series, Retro, Vintage Collection, all based on the new Acolyte series, which I have not watched this week's episode. So, episode 3 aired this week, and I have not watched it. However, I have seen my social media feeds blow up with people, screaming that this is the worst Star Wars series that Disney has ever done. So I don't know. I watched the first 2 episodes. I thought it was okay. I thought it was, it wasn't the best thing I've ever seen, but it wasn't like horrible either, like some people were saying. So um, I don't know. But we got some figures, of course, coming for the series. So we've got the OSHA character for Black Series and Vintage Collection. A lot of this stuff went up for pre-order today. So again, places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, there are some store exclusives here. So we'll go over that in a minute. But we have the girl character. She's got, I'm sure her evil twin sister version will be coming as well. But right now we've got the good guy version of her. So, and again, this is available for pre-order now. I got to be honest. I think Hasbro has way overplayed these retro 4-inch figures that are done in the style of the original Kenner figures. I thought it was a kind of a cool idea for like the original movie figures. They did sets for A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, and I thought that was pretty cool. But then they started expanding it, and we started getting the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, and all these modern Disney series. And I don't know. I feel like it's definitely kind of overplayed. I mean, if you're into it, that's cool. But to me, And also, I'm like, if you're gonna give us Kenner like Star Wars figures, I mean, I get some of the Kenner figures had these kind of lightsabers, but I'd much rather have like the one that would slide in the arm. I'm talking about the original Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader, where you had the thing slide up and down in the arm. They started doing these lightsabers, I think, with Empire Strikes Back, if I remember correctly. I think Bespin Luke had one, and I think I'm going by memory here, but I think Bespin originally came with a yellow lightsaber, and then later they switched it up with a blue one. Um, but yeah, so those again, those are available for pre-order now at places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. This is the vintage collection version of OSHA. So uh, again, if you're into the smaller scale, we got a new Target exclusive. So another version of Shin from the Ahsoka series. So this is a Target exclusive, and this is going to be offered during the Target Geek-Out event, which I'm going to get more into here in just a moment. So we'll come back to that. I think other than these holocom figures, I think that was it for Star Wars. So, and then finally we got a bunch of different holocom figures again from the Acolyte series, or mostly from the Acolyte series. This one's Ezra, so from the Ahsoka series. But these hologram figures with the lights that Hasbro's been doing. So some of these, let me go down the list. So Ezra is available places like Entertainment Earth. It's a fan channel exclusive, basically. Big Bad Toy Store. The OSHA one from the Acolyte series, that is Hasbro Pulse and Shop Disney. Pre-orders are supposed to be today. I haven't specifically looked to see if they're up, but probably at Hasbro Pulse. Shop Disney will probably have them at a later date. In fact, yeah, it says later date for those. Uh, the May character, the assassin character, Holocom 2790. That one is looks like is going to be a Walmart. So that's going to be at the next Walmart Collector Con event. And again, um, I'll give you some more details on that here in just a minute. But if you're into these Holocom figures, Hasbro's got a bunch of them, mostly from the new Disney Plus series. And for those not familiar, these are 6-inch scale figures just done with translucent plastic, so and the little light up bases. And again, kind of a cool idea, but just feel like maybe Hasbro has overdone it just a little bit with those. But oh, you know what? Shit, I hate when I do that. So I was talking about these and not showing them to you. So let me do a quick. Oh, also reissues, new reissues that went up for pre-order today. Cal Caddis and Plo Koon, and I want to check some because Entertainment Earth. So I don't think this is a correct price. They have the Cal figure listed at $20.99. I think it's supposed to be $24.99, like Coon. But if you want to try and pre-order it there, see if they'll honor the lower price. Again, right now, Entertainment Earth has that figure listed at a bit lower price. And again, these both are reissue figures, so nothing new about them. Just offering them again to those who might have missed out on them the first time. So real quick, here's the OSHA Vintage Collection figure, again, available for pre-order now. The retro figures with the lightsabers that I mentioned before. Um, the Black Series version of OSHA, again, available for pre-order now. And then the holocron ones. And you can go over to Jedi Insider if you want more detailed looks at all this stuff. All right. So let's segue into Walmart Collector Con and Target Geek Out event. So Target Geek-Out event. So I briefly talked about this before, but we do have more details now. So Target Geek-Out event starts this coming Friday. So 8 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Time is when things go up for pre-order on the Target website. We'll probably get a reveal earlier in the morning, but we have our first look at. We know things are going to kick off this Friday with McFarlane Toys. McFarlane has confirmed that. And again, the dates for it's every Friday. Every Friday, something new from a different company, or sometimes it's more than one thing. Usually, it's more than one thing, to be honest. But every Friday, it's for a different company. So this week again is McFarlane Toys. And next week it could be Hasbro, it could be Lego, it could be Mattel, it could be and we don't have a list of all the companies that are going to be involved. This, though, I know Hasbro is going to have something because we know there's a Star Wars exclusive coming. Again, McFarlane's going to kick things off this Friday, and this will run every Friday between this Friday and July 19th. So every Friday between this coming Friday and July 19th, we will get essentially new pre-orders on the Target website at 8 a.m. Central Time. So this Friday is, again, McFarlane Toys. Now, I had speculated, when I posted this yesterday, I had speculated that at least one of the things that was going to be going up on the Target website was this new wave of Batman 6-inch animated series figures. So these they showed off at WonderCon, a month or so ago. So, but McFarlane has actually retweeted this story. So I'm going to take that as a definite confirmation that we will be seeing these figures going up for pre-order this coming Friday morning. I don't know if there'll be anything else other than these. There could be other items, but at least these 6-inch animated series figures will be going up. Now, this is a Build-A-Figure wave. All these figures, but the Build-A-Figure, are reissues from the original DC Direct line. So we've got the robot Batman, Hardak, we've got Poison Ivy, we've got the Phantasm, we've got Bane, and then the Build-A-Figure is a brand new figure of Bruce Wayne. So never did we get Bruce Wayne in the original DC Direct line. However, of course, you will have to get all the other figures to complete the Build-A-Figure if which does kind of suck if you already have these original DC Direct ones. But if you don't, I mean, it's a cool line, if you're into Batman the Animated Series. But nevertheless, that's how it's panning out. Build-A-Figure is the only new figure in this wave. And again, these will be available for pre-order. These are Target store exclusives, and they will be available for pre-order this coming Friday, 8 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. So, and we'll have a link up on Friday morning on TNI. If you want to have a direct link, we'll have that up when they go live that day. But again, mark your calendars if you want to add these. And as I say, there could be other McFarlane items. Sometimes, they have multiple things. But as far as I know of, these are the only Target exclusives that have been announced at this time. So we'll have to see if there's anything else. But I feel like maybe this is going to be it. But like I say, I don't know that for sure. Now, before we jump into, that's pretty much all I have for you on the Target Walmart CollectorCon. Other than we know, going back to the Star Wars, we know that we've got this Shin figure from the Ahsoka series that is going up on July 5th. So from that, we can infer that Hasbro will have stuff up on July 5th. That's that Friday, July 5th will be Hasbro Star Wars. I don't know if it'll just be Star Wars or if it'll be other Hasbro things. In past years, they've mixed it up. Like I think last year they did Marvel and I don't know if it was G.I. Joe or I think it was Marvel and Star Wars on the same day. And then they've done Transformers by themselves before and stuff. So I don't know how many Hasbro exclusives are going to go up during this event. I don't know if everything will go up on the 5th. I suspect it might be Star Wars and something else, but I can't swear to it. But we know at least the company on the 5th will be Hasbro, and this particular Star Wars figure will go up. But we'll have to wait and see what else might go up on that day as well. Now I want to jump back to McFarlane Toys. So besides the Geek-Out event, we also have going up for pre-order that same day, that Friday, later in the day at 12 p.m. Eastern time, we have the new wave of collector edition figures. So on Monday, I talked about the Sergeant Rock figure. That was the first figure they revealed. Since then, they've revealed the Connor Kent figure. I mean, we saw these at WonderCon, so we're just getting better looks at these. So it's not the very first time we've seen these, but Connor Kent is the second figure in this wave to go along with the Sergeant Rock. So he looks very angry with this head sculpt. I believe this figure is going to have 2 different head sculpts. Yeah, it does mention that it's going to. We don't know what the other head sculpt's going to look like, but it McFarlane did tell us that it will have 2 head sculpts. So, but this one definitely is very angry. You know, Connor Kent wearing the black Superman T-shirt and jeans. So that one, and then again, the Sergeant Rock figure that I talked about on Monday will be going up that same day. Whether this figure has a gun or not, we'll have to wait and see. So we know he comes with a knife, and I don't know what this thing on the back here is. So we'll get a better look at this figure either later tomorrow or Friday morning. But again, both of these now. A Batman manga figure is supposed to be the 3rd figure in the wave. So again, we got a glimpse at that one during WonderCon, but we've not gotten any updated images. We'll probably get a preview image maybe tomorrow for that one, but that should be the 3rd figure in this wave that goes up for pre-order this week. So again, these are general releases. The Target stuff, the Batman animated series stuff, is Target exclusives going up at 9 a.m. Eastern time. And then these will be general releases available Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Amazon, and these will be going up at 12 p.m. Eastern time. So a lot of McFarlane pre-orders this coming Friday. All right, I've been talking a lot, so let me just take a break and just kind of scroll down and see what you guys have been saying. One of the advantages of doing the news as a live stream is I like to get your guys' immediate feedback on things. So, Mr. Allman, talking about the G.I. Joe. Yeah, I was going to talk about that here in just a bit, so we'll come back to that. Judge Stroud talking about the Lego, Volkswagen on steroids. Is it in scale with the Optimus Prime Lego set? I honestly, I can't answer that. I'm going to say, I don't know if it would be perfect scale, like perfect G1 scale. I think the Prime is taller, but is it like, like I imagine, if this was Optimus Prime, I would imagine if it was true in G1 scale, the Bumblebee would only be about this size. And I have a feeling it's going to be closer to like that size, but I don't know. Chris Allen, the Legacy G1 Optimus Prime. Yeah, I was looking at some images of that one earlier. It looks pretty good. I've got there are characters where Hasbro just does over and over again, and yeah, they always seem to be better than the previous one. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty good with my Optimus Prime, so I don't know if I would get that one. I'm still waiting. I mean, to be honest, the 2 Transformers I'm primarily waiting for is the 86 movie Bombshell, Insecticon Bombshell, which has been on delay pre-order at Entertainment Earth for some time. I think last time I checked, they told me it was going to ship out next month. And then the Swoop Dinobot, the Studio Series Dinobot Swoop, to finish out my Dinobots. So those are really the 2 I'm most anticipating for Transformers. I started working at Walmart recently, and yeah, Legos are always yeah. I mean, Target, Walmart. Every time, I'll post about a set here on the websites, and then it's like, and it's not even hard to get. It's like, and I assume they sell because I don't think the stores would keep stocking them if they didn't sell. But it is so amazing to me the difference in distribution for like Lego sets compared to most action figure lines. It's like, if they can get these Lego sets on the shelves, why can't they keep action figures on the line? It's one of those mysteries I've always wondered about. But what's up, Eric? How you doing? I need Walmart plug. My local store sucks. For Quinn, Hasbro had a line of GoBots back in the 80s. Yeah, I remember that, but I did. I don't know. It's weird because they use like the classic GoBots logo, but these don't look like classic GoBots to me. And there was some other company, I forget the name of it, that was doing essentially kind of classic GoBot figures. Because like I have the Leader One that they did. I never collected GoBots as a kid. I watched the cartoon on occasion, but the only GoBot I had as a kid was Leader One, which I actually still have that Leader One figure. But which is why I got the new updated one from that company I just mentioned that I can't remember the name of. But that was really the only GoBot that I ever owned. Eric says the Transformer One looks interesting, fun for kids, and probably some cool animation for adults to enjoy. Yeah, that new movie. I thought the trailer was okay. I mean, I definitely don't really feel like it's geared for me specifically, but you know, and I'm not going to go to the theater and watch it, but I'll watch it when it comes out on home release. Happy Butters. Yes, not Swamp Thing, Man Thing. When I was looking for my Man Thing figure, the Build a Figure one for Monday's video, I glanced over at the DC Multiverse Swamp Thing I have, and I'm like, oh no, I need Man Thing, not Swamp. Yep, yep. Rich, they're available for a Big Bad Toy Store and Sideshow. Hot Toys, where the Marvel Legend movie Wolverine, that's 100% pickup. I don't really do Hot Toys just because they're so expensive, and I'm always afraid that, like, I have a few Hot Toys, but I'm always like afraid to touch them. Like, I have a Captain America figure. It was from the Winter Soldier movie, or no, actually, it was from the first Avenger. I had the Winter Soldier one, but it was the one from the first Avenger movie. And like I went to touch the shield, and all of a sudden, all the paint just like rubbed off in my hand. I was like, "Oh my god, what the hell?" And then I went online and saw that that apparently was a common problem with that particular figure. Eric says Rise of Skywalker was fine for what it was, but I was disappointed after how the Last Jedi was. You know, it's so weird with Star Wars because I obviously grew up on the original Star Wars movies, and that's still my go-to jam for Star Wars. That will always be the one true Star Wars for me. Um, and I remember when Episode One, Two, and Three first came out in theaters, and just like much of Star Wars, people hated those movies. They thought it was and I'll be honest, I definitely feel like those movies have some flaws. I don't think Hayden Christensen's acting was that fantastic in those movies. He's become a fan favorite today, but back then, he was not very well received as Anakin slash Darth Vader. Um, people hated Jar Jar Binks, and it was just like, people thought Star Wars had been killed, and that was before Disney took over. That was George Lucas. Um, and nowadays people love those movies. You talk about Episode One, Two, and Three, and they like love him, but like anything modern for Star Wars that seems to come out, people just automatically hate on. And I'm not saying that there hasn't been some lemons that have come out for Star Wars, because there has, but I think there's been a lot of good content, especially with the cartoons. I mean, the Bad Batch, the Clone Wars, the Rebels series. I mean, those have all been fantastic. In fact, one of the reasons why I feel like a lot of people are far more accepting of episode 1, 2, and 3 today is because of those cartoons kind of filling in all the gaps and everything. So, who knows, 10, 20 years from now, people may look back on the stuff that comes out today and be like, oh, that was so great. Who knows? Uh, Good question, Turtle Buster. I'm glad you asked that because that is actually going back to Marvel. So let's jump into Walmart Collector Con. We now have an official date for that. So let me jump down to that news. So thanks to the Star Wars pre-orders, one of the figures, one of those hologram figures is going to be a Walmart exclusive. And so it gave us the date for Walmart Collector Con, which is going to be July 25th through the 26th. So that is the weekend of San Diego Comic Con. If you're going to San Diego Comic Con, you're going to have to try and be online somewhere that morning if you want to grab whatever goes up that day. But for the rest of us, or rest of you, I should say, it's same day, same Thursday and Friday. San Diego Comic Con kicks off that Wednesday night, and then goes Thursday through Sunday. Walmart Collector Con will be that Thursday and Friday. I don't know. Oftentimes, whatever goes up on the first day is pretty much the main things, but sometimes they break it up into both days. But so Walmart Collector Con, those are your dates. So mark your calendars for that. Usually, I want to say 9 a.m. is when things go up on Walmart Collector Con. So don't I won't swear to that, but I want to say it's usually like 9 a.m., maybe 10 a.m. But but yes. So for that Venom figure, well, Hasbro has not officially told us this yet. We know that Venom figure is going to be a Walmart exclusive. The one that they announced a few weeks ago, and that was an in-hand image posted by Daniel. So this figure, I'm going to say 99% sure this will be going up during the Walmart Collector Con event. So again, Hasbro has not officially come out and said that, but they have said this will be a Walmart exclusive. So almost definitely this will be going up during Walmart Collector Con. So probably on that Thursday. So mark your calendars if this is a figure that you want to get. It's on the retro, this new Venom that's on the retro card back. So um, and usually at these collector con events, there's usually at least two Walmart exclusives that go up. So there's probably a future reveal coming in the or near future for another one. I'm just guessing there because based on past Walmart collector cons, but yeah. So but again, Turtle Buster, thank you for asking that because I had forgotten about the Venom figure. Let's see. Going down, seeing if I see any interesting questions. Yeah, happy. I'm disabled, so only upside to being in horrendous pain the rest of my life is I have time to get things. I don't mean to laugh that you're in horrendous pain. That really sucks. But I guess looking at the positives of everything is a good thing. But damn, sorry about that, dude. Horn Viper says, "Poor '80s kids that got GoBots over." I I mean, yeah, that is kind of how I think GoBots are viewed by many people these days. I don't think back in the '80s it was necessarily viewed that way, but I think today a lot of people view GoBots as the poor man's Transformer line. I just for me it was about the cartoon. The cartoons what really in the comics, the Marvel comic run of Transformers. They got me into Transformers. The GoBots cartoon I only could occasionally watch when I would stay homesick from school because it came on so late in the morning where I lived. It was a syndicated cartoon, so and like I say, the channel that ran GoBots where I lived put it on at like 9:30 or 10 in the morning. So, normally during the week that is. And so normally I'd be at school. So only on occasion. There were a few shows like that. Jason the Wheel Warriors, GoBots, Mask, I want to say was one of those shows. So those are I never really got into any of those toy lines because I didn't really get into the cartoons back then. I mean, it's very true what they say. 80s cartoons were very much essentially big toy commercials for many of us. And so GI Joe, Transformers, those were the cartoons I always watched, and those were the toys that I collected. But um, and Transformers were definitely much more popular back then. I mean, Transformers was one of those toy lines where you'd see on the news at Christmas time, parents fighting to get the last one on toy shelves, kind of like Cabbage Patch Kids. John, I've not heard any updates on the Secret Wars, but that, from what I saw, last thing I saw on that was like literally going to be coming out at the very end of the year. So we might get some indications of that at San Diego Comic Con time. But nothing. I don't have any information, any specific information on those. As far as PulseCon and San Diego Comic Con exclusives, again, no real details. My speculation, and it is purely just speculation on the HasLab, is Fing Fang Foom. But I really have not heard anything on San Diego. I'm going to assume, within the next several weeks, Hasbro will start announcing those. And one of my big questions is, will we continue the trend that we've seen the last few years where essentially they do these made to pre-order things, which is good in that you don't have to worry about selling out super quick. But then it generally means you've got to wait months till you actually get the product in hand. So um, uh, that, but I have not heard any details on any of that. But we are getting, we're almost, about a couple, a month and a couple of weeks out, from San Diego Comic Con. So I've got to imagine we're going to start getting reveals from Hasbro for their stuff. Now, NECA, speaking of San Diego, has revealed their third San Diego Comic Con exclusive. So we had the Flash Gordon figure. I talked about that on Monday. We had the Predator translucent figure. I talked about that last week. And now we have this Nosferatu figure, glow in the dark, uh, you know, retro glow in the dark. So it comes on that retro card back. And again, these NECA San Diego Comic Con exclusives will be made available online at the NECA store starting from June 26th to June 28th. So if you're not going to San Diego Comic Con, you will have an opportunity to get those. Uh, All right, let's see. Let's continue down. Oh, and then Jada Toys has confirmed. So we saw some in-hand images for these. So the pink Chun Li figure is going to be released as a San Diego Comic Con exclusive. These will be made available again on Jada's website July 25th at 9 a.m. And then, so that was the Chun Li, and then also the Violent Ken figure. Um, this one is, let's see. So Violent Ken will be available at the convention and will be available again on July 25th on the Jada Toy website. So this one, you get more stuff than you do with a regular Street Fighter. You get the barrels, and stuff. So this is kind of more of like a deluxe figure, but again, is now officially confirmed as a San Diego Comic Con exclusive for you Street Fighter fans out there. Oh, and for this Red Chun-Li Target exclusive, now this has been showing up at physical Target stores. It is currently listed online, but as far as I know of, has not been available for actual online purchase. But I suspect that we might see this go up during the Target Geek-Out event. That's purely just speculation, but new Thundercat figure. So just revealed today from Super 7, new Ultimate Thundercat figures. So we're finally getting a Burble figure. And, those of us who got Snarf, I don't think are surprised that the Burble is a single release, even though he's a smaller character. And then we have Claudius, so Lion-O's father, and the Royal Guard, the Thunderian Royal Guard, Robert Bill, again the Burble, and then the deluxe Luna and Amok. So just wanted to check. So the deluxe one's $85, the others are $55. We get the smaller figure is $55 like the regular size figure, but of course the deluxe figure is more expensive. But that's how it goes. And like I said, they did it with Snarf, so you knew they were going to do it with the Burbles. So overall, as a Thundercat fan, I think this is a pretty solid wave. We are definitely getting into the more obscure characters, but like I say, like I'm gonna have to go back and get the Willa figure because I passed on her originally, but I definitely want to get this Burble figure. So, and Willa, kind of goes with the Burbles. So, and of course, if you want to pre-order directly through Super 7, they throw in this extra weapons pack. But I say support the small businesses and go through somebody like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. But that's just me. But new Thundercats. I don't know where you heard that, Cryo, but I take that with a grain of salt. I'm pretty sure McFarlane's going to end up doing more Mortal Kombat stuff at some point. But right now, Mortal Kombat is kind of just on hold from the license holder, so nobody's really doing Mortal Kombat now. But I haven't heard anything about Jada Toys doing Mortal Kombat. You know me, Henry G. It's not a JC live stream if I don't butcher some names. CJ, the robot Ewoks. That is probably what they were based on. Quinn says support. Oh, hit the wrong one. Quinn says support your friendly neighborhood comic shop. Yeah, if you've got a comic book store like Quinn's Comics that carries toys, then definitely we're supporting guys like that as well. Yeah, I mean, for right now, eventually some people will start doing Mortal Kombat again, but right now, Mortal Kombat's on hold. Storm Collectibles, McFarlane, nobody's doing Mortal Kombat right now. I think next year we'll start to see Mortal Kombat, but Night Stalker, yeah. So I actually talked about this on Wednesday or on Monday, but we now have the official images released by Mattel. So the Night Stalker for the Masters of the Universe Origins will be going up for pre-order on the Mattel Creations website on June 18th at 12 or 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Cost is $33. Now, I've seen some people complaining that this is being released as Mattel Creations exclusive, but the previous the good guy horse that Mattel did for the Origins line, that was a general release, okay? But that's sat on the shelves, okay? Amazon had ended up discounting it for like $17. The original price of that one, even though it was a general release, was also about $33. So this one isn't, even though it's a Mattel Creations exclusive, it is actually not any more expensive than I think it would have been if it was a general release. But the honest to God truth is, people didn't buy that previous horse, and it sat there on shelves, Target, Amazon, things like that, until it went on discount. And even after it went on discount, I still saw it on shelves and stuff. So, in fact, it might even still be available on Amazon. I'm not sure, but I think that's why this is a Mattel Creation exclusive, because retailers looked at that one. It's almost the exact same toy, just made for the bad guys instead of the good guys. And retailers looked at it and said, "Yeah, that first one didn't sell. We don't want to carry this one." So, you know, I think this was the only way for Mattel to get this out to folks who want it, is through their own website. So I often don't like it when companies sell things directly on their own websites, but sometimes I do think that is truly the only way they can get something released. And in the case of this one, with the Night Stalker, I think that is the case. So, but again, if you do want to add this one to your collection, I don't know how limited it'll be, so I don't know if this will sell out or not. But it's going up on June 18th, 12 p.m. Let's see, 12 p.m. Eastern time, and $33. So, and like I say, Mattel released we'd seen this at San Diego Comic-Con last year, but Mattel has now released. Yeah, that was an image from San Diego Comic-Con, which I shared with you guys on Monday. But all right, so I think, is there anything else I wanted to go over with you guys today? Um, but I think that pretty much covers everything. We brought this up briefly before, but if you haven't checked this out, Hasbro Pulse finally released an unboxing video for the HasLab Dragonfly. So it's on the Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel. These are some image stills from it. That's the packaging. The flap opens up to create that kind of large picture. There's some assembly required. You got to put the back tail fin on when you take it out of the box. But it is very nicely detailed. I mean, I can't wait to get my hands on this thing. Um, I think they did a great job with it. Those are the figures. Now, out of these figures, honestly, the only one I really care about is the Wild Bill figure. Um, the Jane figure, to me, the head sculpt didn't look great. The Crazy Legs is okay, but again, for me personally, out of the figures in this set, they're really kind of an afterthought. Wild Bill, like in my Dragonfly, I'm gonna have Wild Bill and the Airborne figure, which they sold separately, that I already have now. Um, yeah, that head sculpt for that one, I don't think came out too good. I mean, it's okay. She looks okay when she's got the helmet on. So like I'll probably definitely display her with the helmet. And Crazy Legs, the Night Force version. I'm sure we'll get a regular version at some point. A Ripcord. So um now I will tell you that when I was looking at the images, or when I was watching the unboxing video, again, I thought it was great. My only minor complaints, and this is really just, I wouldn't even call it a complaint. It's just when I was watching the video, it was like, oh, it would have been cool if they had done this or added that. So for those of you who had the original Dragonfly, Yeah, it had that pretty cool feature where it had the little button on the side that you would like crank back and forth, and it would make the propeller blades go around. So I was thinking it would have been cool if they'd included that feature. And then the other thing that I kind of surprised they didn't include that was on the original was the tow line that came out of the bottom. Um, so like you could airlift vehicles into the battlefield and stuff. I am actually pretty surprised they didn't end up including that. But still, overall, I think it's it came out looking fantastic. Now, the one bit of bad news that came out of the unboxing video is, and I pretty much suspected this was going to happen um, before I watched the unboxing video, but they basically said that it's going to come out late. It's going to ship out to folks later in the year. It'll still be out this year. People will have it in their hands by the end of the year. But I think like originally we were supposed to have it in our hands by early fall. And I think I've said this before that I felt like we probably would not be getting this until the very end of the year. And so it is definitely looking like this will not ship out until like late November, December timeframe. So I think we'll have it in hand by the end of the year, but it looks like it's going to be closer to the actual end of the year than originally stated. Oh, did they? I must have missed that, or they didn't show it in the unboxing video. Well, that's cool if they included the winch line to be attached to one of the wings. That was the like I didn't like the little yellow like I don't know why they painted those little teeny wings in the back towards the back yellow. I didn't like that. I think that would have been better if it was black. I don't know if that's like a real life thing where those are supposed to be a bright color or something, but that was a little weird to me. Um, these little wings in the back here are yellow, and they're I don't know. Like I say, I would have preferred them to be like either black or green, but for some reason they're yellow. Not a major thing, just something I kind of noted. Yeah, I assume you're talking about on the missile wings, but they did not really point that out. If I think you're right because I do remember maybe briefly seeing that, but on the original it was like here on the bottom, like underneath, and you would just pull it out from the bottom. Like if it's on one of these wings, I don't see it, but if it's on one of these wings, like if you're trying to pick up a vehicle, that's not going to work too well. But I guess maybe that was the only way they could engineer it. I don't know, but still, overall, based on what I saw from the unboxing video, I'm pretty happy that I've got one coming later this year. Mr. Albert, yeah. I, my first thought was, well, maybe like on a real life vehicle, they're brightly colored for some reason because they struck me as like supposedly like little rudder wings because they look like they turn up and down. So I mean, yeah, Mason, you could definitely paint the wings. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that, but yes. So it looks like it does have the wing, so that's cool. But that on those wings, that was like my first, and I'm not an expert on real life military vehicles, but that was just kind of the thought I had is like maybe this is based on something real life, which is why they made it yellow. But on the original toy, those were not there, so they kind of added that for some reason. I think it maybe the wings were there, but they were green if I remember correctly. So, but yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. And we're about at the hour, so on Friday I will it'll be a normal pre-recorded video kind of recapping everything from the week and anything that happens between now and Friday I'll jam in there as well. So and then back on Monday with a live stream. So once again I want to appreciate or say I appreciate everybody who tunes in. um, I don't know if you guys work during the day and you're like fudging your work while you're watching me or what. I'm sure Quinn is watching me from the store, but a lot of you, I'm always like, don't you guys work? But whatever, it's cool. I'm glad you guys are watching. Stay safe out there as always. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching today's video. Now, if you're new to the channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. For all the latest action figure news, be sure to head over to toynewseye.com, marvelousnews.com, JediInsider.com, and tformers.com. And remember, action figures are great,